Hello, Eurovision Fam. We are back for our weekly stream talking about all the events happening in the Eurovision world. It is Shortcake ESC here, and my friend.
Lily loves stuff, y'all. Hello. It was my turn to catch the cold this week.
Yeah. I mean, as you can see, there's something going around here in the States. We're trying to work through it the best we can, but it is brutal. Whatever cold this was, it's just not the vibe.
Totally
So,
failed the vibe check on that one.
uh-huh, uh-huh. We have a number of events that happened this week. Not a ton, but still some pretty important things that have transpired as of the last 6 days. So hang tight. We're going to talk to you about that. We have the final list of entrants for Eurovision now. Woo! 37 countries. We are missing a couple from last year, though, including Montenegro, North Macedonia, Bulgaria, and a couple others, I reckon.
Yeah, it was North Macedonia, Bulgaria, and oh my gosh, you know what? Let me pull up the Wikipedia article.
The
And
Power Trio. If you
yeah.
guys remember last year, there was kind of a disparity about their jury voting. In fact, it wasn't even a disparity, it was a whole situation that was more or less found out during the night of the final. So,
Well, I mean there's other countries that were involved in that as well.
yes.
That are still participating.
These are the
Uh
three that I remember, though.
I mean San Marino, Azerbaijan, were two. I don't know. I don't remember who it was altogether, but I do remember San Marino and Azerbaijan were involved in that as well. Um
But San
I
Marino and Azerbaijan, they signed that contract right again. It's like, yes, we're coming back.
well I think what it is what it is it's gonna be financial.
Hmm.
That's the number one reason countries leave Eurovision. And I remember like everyone losing their mind last week and I was like, have we wait until we see what the final list looks like before we start going crazy, y'all?
Hmm.
Because we had 37 countries in 2014, and that was still a great year.
Hmm. One of the best years of the decade, frankly.
Show wise, yes. Music wise,
I disagree with you on music wise. I agree with show wise, but it's right behind 16 in my opinion in terms of music catalog quality. Y'all sleeping on
16.
Cheesecake, and I will forever say this.
Yeah, no, no. With all due disrespect, no.
Too bad Teo disappeared off the face of the planet. But well, moving past that. 37 countries, you guys. So we are missing a handful from last year, but just because we are missing a handful doesn't necessarily mean that the quality of the show is going to be detrimented. As we have just discussed, we can still have a really good show despite the fact that the number is a little bit lower than in past years.
Yeah, do you want to go ahead? Oh, sorry, I'm just checking. Yeah, the only three countries that dropped out who didn't compete last year were, I'm sorry, who competed last year were Bulgaria, Montenegro, and North Macedonia. And again, it's gonna be financial as to why those guys aren't there.
Did they
That tends
release
to
a
be
joint statement? Is that what it was like at the time?
no, they didn't release a joint statement or anything like that. They all
Mm,
released their own statements.
but it,
Like
I think I interpreted it as it happened at the same time.
I mean, like it kind of all happened back to back because your
Mm,
last day to declare without penalty, like the last day to say you're doing Eurovision and not have to pay a financial penalty for it, I think was Tuesday of this week. So it makes
mm,
sense that last week that's when we're getting the people who are like, yeah, we're not coming back.
mhm.
So do you want to go ahead and go down the list of people who are returning?
Yeah, so sorry we had to test their limits, but moving on. So the countries that we have participating in Liverpool for Eurovision 2023, starting alphabetically, are Albania, Armenia, Australia, Austria, Azerbaijan, Belgium, Croatia, Cyprus, the Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Georgia, Germany, Greece, Iceland, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Malta, Moldova, the Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, San Marino, Serbia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Ukraine, and the United Kingdom.
Yeah, that's the list of them.
That's the list of
Um,
countries we have, you guys.
yeah, I mean, I know there was some concern about like certain countries that hadn't declared yet last week.
Hmm.
Like people like, oh, where's the Czech Republic at? Where's Slovenia? I'm like, They're gonna come back because, as far as I'm concerned, the Czechs are gonna be winning this decade. I don't care what anyone says. Like, it's just I feel it in my bones.
I
The
also
Czech
feel
win.
that. I feel that it's
A,
going to happen.
a Czech
It's
win is
gonna
gonna.
happen.
A Czech win is gonna be happening in the 2020s, and
Mhm.
like just their trajectory has been so good. Like, you want to see how to turn around a delegation. The Czech Republic is right there for you, baby. And even
Exactly.
the 1 year they
Exactly.
qualify is still good.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I don't care what anyone says. It's just
We
the
saw this
song.
promise with Kemama. Like
Yeah,
I stand by the fact that this decade started off a Czech decade. When we
yeah,
had Kemama, that was like, okay, they're not scared to dive into what sounds new. And they
yeah,
did that with We Are Dummy, and that was a fantastic show both in the arena and on screen. So
yeah,
they're gonna stick around. I have a feeling they're gonna stick around so hard that they even win, like you said.
yeah. My other thing is also, like, when it comes to, like, Slovenia, for example, I am. I mean, I understand why they didn't qualify last year, even though that was like my number 3 song
Hmm.
of the whole contest.
Yeah.
Um, but like EMA was so good
Hmm.
that I needed EMA again this year because, like you said, the Czechs aren't afraid of doing something new.
Hmm.
Slovenia isn't afraid of playing with genres that you wouldn't expect to hear.
That is
Like,
very, very true.
even like if you look at disco, for example, yeah, it's kind of a throwback, but it's also a throwback to it's basically a city pop song if you think about it.
Hmm.
And that's been a genre that's really popular on the internet, at least amongst, I mean, everyone I know has had the algorithm pushed to them plastic love. So like there's a vague understanding
Yep.
of what city pop is. But it was basically like Slovenia it's basically like a take on city pop. And like I was here for it personally.
No, yeah, it was
And
excellent. It was really, really well done.
yeah. And it's like
But it
that.
is divisive. It is quite divisive.
Yeah, and it's like, you know what? I still do think that EMA is such a strong national final
Hmm.
that like they have options every year. And last year, they had so many options.
They
There would
did.
have been something fresh, new, and exciting to Eurovision. And would have played with genre in a way that we haven't seen genre played with really in the contest.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
you see, like, with all the different types of acts that EMA has, it like a lot of them stay modern. They stay sounding really fresh, even like with how different and niche the genres are. You could tell like these are people who spend a lot of time researching their genres and
Yeah.
they want to cultivate like a really good opinion on their sound because they just commit that hard to it.
Yeah. And like I love that.
Hmm.
Just kind of looking here, other people we were kind of worried about a bit. Um, you know what? I don't know. I know people were worried about Moldova because they didn't say anything, and Moldova is kind of, poor. Happy to see
Moldova, it
Moldova's
doesn't
back.
matter what they do. It does not matter what Moldova does.
I mean,
They they're gonna get whatever result they're gonna get. It doesn't even quite matter what they send.
they're there
Like
for a good time.
their trajectory has never been like the same track record as any other country. They're just gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna get the result they're gonna get, but they're gonna be memorable. That's the thing.
And that's why I love them. Like,
Yeah.
we need them every year.
Hmm.
I mean, we have the same number of people here this year as we did in 2014. I think 2014 is the weakest Moldovan entry I can think of because I don't remember the song. I just remember the
Mercy. Da-da-da-da.
woman
Was that the
taking her
one?
hair and like chopping it off with swords. Um, but you remember it at least. Like I get the visual in my head right
Oh my
away.
god, you just had to chill down my spine.
It was a good time. It
that
was a
that was
good
like
time.
peak that was like peak camp. I mean, not more camp than 13 because I mean like 13 had its moments.
Uh,
But
oh, 13. 13? Yeah, we can talk about 13 if you want to. Wait,
This is my life.
yep, that was 13. And
That
then
was
12
13.
was Oh Me, right?
Wait, who?
No, 12 was who was 12 was
Mandinga, if we're talking about Romania.
no, we're talking about, oh right. I was thinking of Moldova, you were thinking Romania.
Mm.
13 was
Moldova. Omia, that was
yeah, Omi
Aliona.
was 13 and
Uh-huh.
Omi is great. Like I have
One of the
no,
best songs from Moldova ever. Ever,
and
ever, ever.
it's a super rare. Let's take it from English to native language too.
Hmm.
And it's great. And then, yeah, I do enjoy me some Moldova. I
Hmm.
really do, and I hope that they have a good time again.
Wow, we'll
But
see.
yeah, I'm just looking at the list. And like we're getting national final stuff starting to kick off like within the next couple
Hmm.
of weeks too. So
Yes! We're getting Vidbeer in like literally less than a month, isn't it?
well,
Yeah.
we get the artist for Vidbeer. The last day to release the artist for Vidbeer is the 7th of oh my gosh, the 17th of November. We'll have the artist of them by then at least. We don't know. We might get them sooner than that. Um,
Woo!
and then and I know Vidbeer is gonna be good. I know Vidbeer is gonna be great. Because
Okay, really quickly about Vidbeer. I love how every Ukrainian artist who like comes to Vidbeer and has a really good track record has like that one or few very, very political songs that are also really good. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Because
Yeah,
like
no, I love that. I adore that. But I mean, like, I noticed that with Vidbeer artists. It's like they all have that like one song in their discography that is symbolic of Ukrainian culture or or Ukrainian ideas. And as a result, like it's really good. A lot
oh
of
yeah,
them have
no,
that. Yeah.
I just know Vidbeer is gonna be so good this year. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm so ready for it.
It's always one of the best national finals, like in the top five quality wise, in my opinion. You just can't touch that.
No, no one can. Like
Hmm.
it. I love that. I love it too much.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I'm just looking here. Iceland, I feel like is gonna be bringing it this year.
Good,
Um,
good, good. Oh my gosh. Like Song of a Captain was excellent. It was so excellent in 22. I still listen to a couple of those songs to this day.
Iceland is honestly hungry. They really want to win.
Hmm.
I think with last year, it was unexpected what they brought, and when you watched Song of a Captain last year, it was good, but it was unexpected. I think because I think like a lot of people expect countries to kind of continue in the trajectory they go in,
Hmm.
like
Iceland doesn't
to
follow that mold at all,
no, they don't, and it's like one of those things where like their trajectory lately has been let's just send families.
though.
So like
Hmm.
I guess they want to just send families. And then the next one I'm looking at, I mean, Belgium's having a national final, and that's gonna be a mess.
uh, I don't believe we've seen a Belgian national final since What's the Pressure, Laura Tesoro. And I remember almost all of the tracks from that national final, Belgium 16. I don't know why that is.
I honestly,
Belgium 16, that national final was like, I mean,
that wasn't.
I recommend going back and watching it. But Laura Tesoro, she won that. That was the last national final Belgium had, in my opinion, or
I think
like
that's the
in my
last national
memory.
final they had. That was a national final. I thought that was an internal selection. Okay,
No, that was a national final.
okay.
Yeah,
Um,
but Laura Tesoro won that, so that is something we have memory of Belgium putting together a national final. I don't exactly know how it's going to be organized this time. I haven't looked into it at this point, I'll be honest.
there's not a lot of news about how they're gonna be doing it this year, so
Okay.
okay. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's move on. That's kind of like who's competing, who we're pumped for. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the announcement out of Cyprus.
Yes. So, you guys, we have an artist. We have the Cypriot artist. We're seeing a man. So,
Okay.
the Cypriot artist that was announced was Andrew Lambro. So, if you remember that name, if you have like a vague recollection of that name, it's because Andrew competed in Australia Decides 2022 with his song Electrify and came 7th place overall in that selection. I wasn't a big fan of that song at the time, and I also wasn't a big fan of his performance style, but a lot can change in a year and a lot can change depending on which delegation you work with. So I'm
Yeah.
really curious to see how Andrew's style may have shifted working with Cyprus as opposed to what he was given to work with in Australia.
Yeah, I mean, we also have to think about like with Australia decides that's a national final that you're
Hmm.
entering. So you still got room to change things up a little bit
Yeah.
before you get on to Eurovision proper. And when you're doing like an internal selection, you have the full force of the team, like the full force of the country's team behind you already. You're
Mm-hmm.
like the attention is not being divided between however many acts where Australia decides.
Mm-hmm.
So I am also curious as to what's going to be happening with that as well. Um, I'm honestly kind of a little surprised. Let me rephrase that. I'm happy to see that Cyprus is going with an artist who isn't from Greece.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're going with someone I think he is Cypriot, right? Or is he Greek?
Yeah, I remember him being Cypriot. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's a Cypriot living in Australia, which tap that diaspora baby. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I honestly am curious to see what's going to be brought to the contest. Um, is it going to be sleek polished pop? You know what? If that's the path Cyprus has been on lately,
Cyprus
and I'm
loves
okay
their
with that.
Panic. They love their Panic records.
But is he signed to Panic? Or are they going to
I
sign him
feel
to
like
Panic just because he's competing?
I feel like in a pinch. I feel like I just have this suspicion that like the second we get the Cypriot song, we're gonna get that that Panic like turntable sound, and then yeah, I feel like it's going to happen. They're going to sign him,
Hmm.
even just for this song. That is my suspicion. But I know that Cyprus loves working with Panic Studios. And I frankly don't see that changing. Andrew has a pop voice, he has a pop sound.
Yeah,
Panic is a pop studio. So I'm just making the connection here like that.
yeah. Honestly, I'm down for it. We'll see.
Hmm.
Um, and then who else is there? Yeah, like that. Yeah, we'll see what happens there.
We'll see.
Just kind of touching on some more stuff. Today has been like,
Junior Eurovision. Oh, yeah, today. Sorry, you were saying?
sorry, today has been like music drops left, right, and center.
Hmm.
Um, and one of the music drops was the College Orchestra and the Rasmus collab that came out.
Hmm.
Um, it's basically In the Shadows, which is like the Rasmus's biggest hit. It's from 2003 or whatever, and it's basically like a Ukrainian electronic remix. So it's like College Orchestra remixing In the Shadows. It's great. If you haven't heard it yet, go listen to it. It's really, really good, and I really would
Hmm.
recommend
I'm
it.
gonna listen to it after the stream because you sent it to me, but I have not heard it yet. And I love a Ukrainian remix type sound, so cannot
Yeah.
wait for that.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. And like it's one of those things where I'm happy to have it.
Hmm.
All right,
Shall we
let's
talk about
here.
Junior?
Yeah, we can talk about Junior now. So we got the stage for Junior. Let me pull that up real quick.
And yeah, let me actually take a better look at
Oh, I'm gonna pull it up on stream, so give me 1 second here.
yeah. So I can see that because I saw one image of it, but it was only just that one image. So I want to have a
Yeah.
clearer view because I don't believe that was
Why is it
a
doing
good
that?
one. On
Can
a
that
side
be?
note, the Rasmus has stayed really busy after Eurovision. They've put out a lot of tracks since then. A lot of them do play on ESC radio if anyone listens to that.
But does ESC Radio ever play apple bottom jeans and boots with the fur?
What did you just ask me?
I asked
what,
you
what did
if
you just ask me?
I asked you if ESC Radio plays. Oh my gosh, get low. Because I mean, Flo Rida is a Eurovision artist now.
I'm deceased. I'm deceased. You can't just do that to me.
It's true and you know it. Be brave.
Oh my gosh. It's okay, I'm getting Moscow 2009 vibes from like the skylight thing.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to like make it full screen. I can't remember how to make it full
So
screen.
this is Yerevan. Huh. Okay.
How do I
Okay,
make this full
Junior.
screen?
Okay, Milena. Even though she had nothing to do with the organization of this show.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to remember how to make this full screen.
I wonder when Milena
Oh,
and Rosalind
I
are going to
hit the. I
collab.
pushed the button slideshow.
Let
That's
me
how I
see
make it
this.
full screen. Okay, sorry. So yeah, that's the
I
stage.
love the lighting setup. I really like how the lights are organized. I like how it's a circle stage again. I love me my circle stages.
I know you do. Well, it's a top. It's a spinning top, and tops are circular.
We're doing another spinning thing. We'll see. We'll see, girls, because
No, I
we
mean
just
like
had a Eurovision contest where spinning was a stage concept.
no, I mean like the logo is a spinning top. So why
Oh,
wouldn't you have a
okay.
circular
Like, so no
stage?
mechanical spinning. It's just the
No,
logo. Okay.
no, no, no.
Because I mean, like, a few choices can be made, you know.
Oh yeah,
But
no,
I mean, I still love the logo. I still
yeah,
love the fact that we're like, even the lighting design is kind of shaped like a top.
yeah. And
Cool,
like I
cool,
know you
cool.
pointed out Moscow. Yeah, I'm getting Moscow
The
vibes there too.
skylight is giving Moscow.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Next up, another shot of
Ooh,
the stage.
this is nice. Okay,
And I get it's
great
just like a
job,
walk.
Yerevan.
I wonder if it's like a walkway that kind of walks wraps around it.
That might be a catwalk. We're gonna see probably like a soloist in a white dress singing a ballad on that.
I'm down for it. Bring it to me
Yeah,
happily.
it's not Junior without like someone on the catwalk wearing a white dress singing a ballad. Like that's how you know where we're at.
I would say because Kazakhstan would bring that to us, but they're not going to this year. They might be a male singer in a white suit, but yeah,
David Sharlin, that is the Kazakh artist. Interesting sound, by the way. I highly recommend looking up some of his live performances.
okay.
Very unique kind of voice. Not anything like we've heard in Eurovision before, Junior Eurovision.
Okay.
Very unique. But that is the Junior Eurovision stage, you guys. What do you think about it? You could definitely also tell us in the comments or on the website as well.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Please check out the site.
Yeah,
Like y'all need to
check
be over
out the
there.
site
It's a good time
because
over there.
it's a great place for all of our resources. You can see all of our beautiful faces. And we also just hang out. So, yeah, hang out with
Yeah.
us.
Yep. So that's kind of what the stage looks like there.
Speaking
Just a
of Junior
clip out.
Eurovision,
Yes.
Ireland has taken a step forward or two. Do you want to like go ahead and read what just happened in terms of Junior Eurovision Eire?
Yes. Is that how you pronounce that? I thought it was pronounced Erie.
Look, for the person who's been to Ireland, I forgot literally every single thing about Irish pronunciation. Do not take it from me.
Okay, I don't know.
Say
I
it how
might
you will.
I could very well be wrong because the only thing I have confidence with when it comes to pronouncing Irish is like names I know for a fact are correct.
Siobhan and Neve.
Siobhan, Neve, I know both of those. I got them. Quifa, I've got down at this point as well.
Queefa
Like,
got me for a while. Like
yeah,
that got me for so long.
yeah. No, that's just I'm thinking about a friend of mine who's Irish, but she doesn't have an Irish name. She has like an Arabic name, and
That's
she's like
nice.
the number of people who do not know how to pronounce my name, but they can pronounce like Quifa. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's calm down.
R.I.P.
1 second. Yeah, so basically what happened is that this week we'll have the final of the Irish national final for junior. We won't have the song though because
Mhm.
the song comes later. And this is the first year that people will be able to vote, like the public will be able to vote on who they want to have go to Junior Eurovision for Ireland as well.
Mhm.
Voting is currently open. It's open until Sunday. Basically, you can vote on the final as during the final as well for who you want to win. The three competitors are Care Keeley, Sophie Lennon, and oh my gosh, Neve Naughty. I probably mispronounced her last name. I'm not confident about her last name like I am with her first name.
Have you heard their voices live?
Yes, they're
I
all
have.
love. They're such
They're
great
oh my
singers.
gosh. Like one thing's kind of interesting though because their voices are really similar. Was that just me? Like they have
No,
kind of similar timbre in my opinion.
I mean it kind of makes sense. They're all like young girls, um, and young people tend to have most young people tend to sound pretty similar with what they think your singing style is because they
Mhm.
haven't really come up with their own yet.
And
If
I
that
could
makes
tell
sense.
that like they have like very theatrical kind of big performance type voices. So I see a lot of promise here. I see a lot of vocal expertise going on. I do wonder though because just remembering last year how we had Seer and Mayu. Like that was kind of a Green Day-y, like modern grown-up
I
more sound.
I heard 100% 90s Irish rock in that. Like that sounded very Irish to me. Like if I'm thinking about like music from Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
and then like that would be like a kind of a sound I would pick up. Like it was like a pop rock. It was like an Irish pop rock song.
Uh-huh.
And like I remember thinking to myself, like I would love to have something like this at Adult Eurovision from Ireland. That being said, I still would love to
Oh
have
yeah.
something like I would still love to have something like that from Adult Eurovision from Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
But I am very happy that we got Brooke. Like she was unexpected, but I loved her to pieces.
And she's a radio girl now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But like
She
yeah,
grew
with
up.
but yeah, with these three, honestly, I would love to see like a musical theater-esque song. Like
Oh
we
yeah,
haven't had one of
definitely.
those in a while. The last one we had was basically Georgia, 2016, and they won with that.
Would you consider would you consider Russia 21 to be theatrical?
In
Sophia
without the
something.
staging, without if you take away the staging, then I wouldn't consider it theatrical.
Okay.
But like based on the song alone, it wouldn't be. Like I'm talking about, give me like, cause like I'm looking for something like, yeah, cause it's like I feel like honestly, it wouldn't shock me if these three have all done musical theater.
Oh, I hear it in their voices. Just the way that they pronounce syllables, very,
Yeah.
very theatrical, very like coached by a stage director kind of a deal. I hear that definitely. Professional,
Yeah.
very professional for their age.
Oh yeah, no, and I love it. Like I'm like,
Mhm.
please, like I love a musical theater child. I wish I was.
Yeah.
I used to watch a lot of musical theater as a child, so
Mhm.
seeing that go on live and well within the youth always brings a smile to my heart.
Mhm. Yes, Irish girls.
Yes, thank you, please. But yeah, we'll see what happens on Sunday.
Mhm.
We still don't know what the heck's happening with Albania. There is a national final occurring. We have a list
Yes.
of artists. We
Mhm.
don't have a date yet. That's kind of like why we haven't really talked about it.
And that's kind of weird knowing like, okay, so Albania, they got like 2 months. They got 2 months to like have an announcement out and organize the entire thing. Huh? Like what's
the thing
happening?
is, their national finals always kind of play by ear.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like, okay, well, here's the national final, y'all. Let's go. Even if you think about it, FIC, they don't give you the dates of FIC. It's like the week before FIC half the time. Like you kind of just you know the week it's gonna happen with FIC at least.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna happen sometime around Christmas, and then other than that, you're kind of just like, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's what's happening in Junior. And the only last note we have really is talking about some more Eurovision alum for Adult Vision.
Yes.
Grown Vision is what I should probably call it rather than Adult Vision. Adult Vision sounds a little lurid. But Maneskin has some AMA nominations. They are nominated for New Artist of the Year, Favorite Pop Duo or Group, Favorite Rock Artist, Favorite Song, and Favorite Rock Song for the song Begging.
My question is, when the Academy puts together these categories, what is the vetting process for artists who are allotted into these categories?
I
I'm
want to know.
very, very curious.
Like, I would genuinely love to know what's happening with that.
Because I see 3 categories that I would not put Måneskin in just by like fact alone.
I mean,
that I
like
see them nominated in. But
new artist of the year. I could make a case for that.
I would rather not, but I can. Yeah.
I can make a case for that. I mean, I would say that's something more of like, well, what's your cutoff dates too? As you know what I mean? Like, what are
When
your
they came
cutoff
to
dates?
America, when they came to America and rewrote and they recovered Beggin from 5 years ago, that was when they became a new artist. I bet you that's the rationale.
It's it's a situation. But yeah, like that. Yeah, I mean, like, let's see, pop duo or group. It's not really pop music, is it?
I mean, their most recent tracks are more poppy than their Italian home-based tracks. They definitely are more poppy, but are they a pop group or duo? No. Just no.
Hold on, I'm looking up.
Oh, goodness gracious. We see, like, you guys, we don't pay a lot of attention to music that happens in the States unless something Eurovision is going to be happening with it, or at least that's me. But like
Yeah,
a big part of the reason why is because of how the Music Academy tends to group artists together, or kind of like
yeah.
prioritizes some over others. And with that said, how Måneskin's being treated, it's almost like they are just an X Factor band. It almost seems like
It's
that's just the full treatment that's happening.
it's the U.S. The U.S. has nothing to do with the rock band. I went to a rock concert 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I went to a rock concert 2 weeks ago. I'm doing math in my head. And like, that was a foreigner I was seeing perform.
Hmm.
Okay, I feel like the U.S. doesn't know what to do with rock bands. But like for new artist of the year, Lotto, I have my issues with her. We're not gonna talk about her. Steve, um, Steve Lacy has been around forever. Like
Hmm.
he was part of Odd Future. Like he's been working with Tyler, the creator, for years. Dove Cameron has been around for a while too.
Dove
I have
Cameron.
yeah. You don't listen
Anyways,
to
continue.
I know.
No, I don't
And then
listen,
like
but I mean, like,
yeah, I mean like I've known of her for like at least 4 years now, maybe longer.
wasn't she
I
in a
know her.
movie?
I don't know. I don't know if she acts. I
Hmm.
have no idea who Gail is. Like
No idea.
I'm gonna be blunt and honest right now. They're not winning any of these categories because like you're up against someone who has the number one song in the U.S. right now. You're not winning that category there. And like in pop duo or group, they're up against BTS. Do I need to say anything else?
Well,
And
I
what's
mean,
big
that should be honorable. Like in their regard, it's like, oh yeah, like we're going up against BTS. Ha.
BTS, and then three groups I haven't thought about in like decades.
Wait, which ones are they again?
Okay, so for favorite pop duo group, it's BTS, Coldplay, Imagine Dragons, and One Republic.
I almost said something offensive. I almost said something offensive on stream. I didn't. But
Again, a list of people I haven't thought about in decades.
it's honestly funny how we see Coldplay nominated here, and then we hear Måneskin's most recent music, and it gives Coldplay.
I don't think it. I'm
I
getting
I
more.
think it does. I heard Yellow for some reason as soon as I heard what is that last their most recent song.
I
Their
don't.
most recent song I heard Coldplay.
I don't hear Coldplay on that one. I hear Ballad Cut from 2000's rock album.
Wait, say that one more time. You cut out for a sec.
I hear ballad song, not necessarily a single, from a 2000s rock album. Like maybe Ghost of You. I'm getting a Ghost of You vibe.
Okay, yeah.
Which is a
Yeah.
great song. I will fight
Uh-huh.
people on Ghost of You slapping. But I'm also just like an MCR head, so
Anyways, like as you guys can see, it like the situation in the States is bad if in this
yeah.
category these are the
Yeah.
current nominees.
Like I'm
We,
looking at favorite rock, like the rock category. Foo Fighters, Love Dies Young. Okay. I make a case for that 100%.
mhm. Foo Fighters have always been good, so
Imagine Dragons, XJID, Enemy. Again, I can make a case for that, but
haven't heard
I
that.
you don't want to. Um Here's the one that made me go, okay, before we get, like, then we have Red Hot Chili Peppers, Black Summer. I haven't thought about the Red Hot Chili Peppers since staying in California.
I didn't
And
even
that
know
would
that
have
they
been
put a
like
track out.
my point. My point. And then you have Beggin', which is from what year? Like
So
2016?
2017 was when Måneskin first covered Beggin', but the
Okay.
song Beggin' is from like 65, I think.
Yeah, it's from like the 1960s. But I mean, like the cover, which I don't know how I feel about covers being nominated for anything. And then Kate Bush.
Speaking of covers, speaking
That's not a
of
cover.
flipping
That's
covers,
an original song.
but you look anywhere on TikTok, you look anywhere on YouTube, see what song is being covered more than this song currently.
I know, it's just one of those things where I'm like, Running Up That Hill came out like 40 years ago at this point. Why in 2022 are we nominating? This is what I'm talking about. Like, we're going off on a tangent that's not really important.
No, but
like,
this is important. This is important because it's like our pop culture. America is having a bigger pop culture day week than Europe is at this time.
I don't know what to tell people other than like people are confused.
I mean, don't get me wrong, good song. That is a song that can sound modern in this day. Kate Bush, good artist.
Yeah. But
37 years ago. 37 years
that's
ago.
why I'm asking who is like what are the criteria for why like for selecting these songs and artists in these categories? Like
I mean, is it streaming numbers? Because I mean there's no wait.
Because I'm looking at their soundtrack category and Stranger Things is in that.
Stranger Things in general is nominated.
For soundtrack.
Okay. So I see they're gonna take Kate Bush and just do a layup on the other category.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm lost, I'm confused.
They need help. The Academy over here needs help, you guys.
Now I'm looking at favorite female Latin artists, and I have thoughts. I have thoughts on that one, but we're not talking about that because
Rosalia is up there, hopefully, right?
Yeah, she is.
Okay, that's good, though.
She's gonna win it.
I mean,
I want
like
it for my
Anita.
homegirl.
Is Anita in there? Or?
Yes, she's on there too.
Okay,
you know what's
too.
up. Kali is on there too. I want her because I love her. Yeah, and she's also from my same hometown.
Really?
Yeah, we're from the same place.
Dang.
Yeah, I know exactly what high school she went to because the town she lives in only has one high school.
Not you, Clark and Kelly, who just is high school.
Yeah. I mean, like, I didn't grow up in the city. I grew up in the suburbs, technically, but, like, I worked in that city for forever.
You know damn well what happens in that city.
I do, because it's not that far away from my house. I was like, yeah, no, I know what's up.
Homegirl Callie is representing you.
I think we were born at the same hospital.
Yes, look at you. Because you have a homegirl.
It's the only hospital in the city.
Oh, that seems sad.
No, it's not sad. It's cool. It's not a big city. It's like a small city. It's like a small bougie city, but not bougie at the same time.
I live in a small town with 3 hospitals, so.
I mean, okay. Brag.
It's not a good situation. Fentanyl is destroying the population out here. Tangent, anyway.
That's everywhere. But yeah, that's our stream for this week. Let's end on fentanyl.
Yeah, we're supposed to be getting the Benidorm artists next week, you guys.
Yeah,
Yay.
I'm excited because Benidorm was so good last year.
They have a standard. We have a standard now.
Thank you, Spain. So next week we'll have the Benidorm artist. We might have the Vidbeer artist next week too.
Yes.
We'll have other stuff happening. I think we'll have we might have the song from Kazakhstan for Junior. We might. I don't want to promise anything, but we might have it because it's getting released this month. And
Kazakhstan is still one of my favorite countries in Junior. Still.
They're so good.
To this day.
They're so good. But yeah, that's the stream for this week. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Check out the website. It's linked below, EurovisionFam.com. Check us out there. Follow us on all the social media places. Eurovision Fam on YouTube. Well, we're on YouTube right now.
YouTube and Twitter. Go check
Mhm.
out Alicia Michelle's streams too, where we
Yeah.
like eventually hash out a lot of the other stuff that we don't talk about in this stream. A lot of cool stuff that we got, you guys.
Yeah, and I think we might have a guest next week. We'll see. We'll see. I don't
Yeah.
want to make any promises
We'll
yet,
see. We'll see
but we'll
about that.
see.
Mhm.
And yeah, so thank you again. Like, subscribe, leave some comments. We can talk about things below, and I hope you guys have a good day.
Merci. Have a good weekend, guys.
Yeah, bye.
Bye bye.